deal, Spence. You won't tell me what to do. I don't tell you what to do.
Yes, we have a deal, Gunther.
Will you stop worrying? I'm not gonna break up the furniture or anything. Mother hen. I think I'm just gonna take a little nap.
Don't get up, Gunther. What the hell are you doing here? You're supposed to be out of town by now.
I decided I didn't have enough car fare.
Oh, now that's funny. It's very funny, Nora. I would have thought $2,000 could buy you a ticket to China.
I wasn't planning on going any further than Chicago. I'm leaving on the midnight bus.
Bon voyage, Nora.
And after I get there, what? I mean, the money's gonna last a month, not even that. Then I'm gonna have to take some lousy maid job or wait table in some crummy restaurant.
What are you looking for, Nora? References?
Oh, you're real smug, aren't you? You came out of this mess with roses in your hair. What have I got to show for all the trouble I went through?
You didn't go through any trouble, Nora. You created it. There is a difference.
And it was all for your boss, wasn't it, Mr. Multimillionaire Whitney? Well, he got everything he wanted, and so did you. And I've got a measly $2,000.
Just be glad that you're not using that money for bail money. Now, can we say goodbye?
I thought you were going to invite me in.
I have company.
A drinking companion, huh?
Goodbye, Nora.
Well, so little Nora's out of the hospital, huh?
I was wondering if you were going to pop up and say hello. You know, if she'd have seen you, she'd probably be right back there.
Yeah, I'll bet you're right. She would have thought she was seeing a ghost. Why didn't you tell me she was in town?
Thought I was doing you a favor, Gunther.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
I'm going to go get some dinner.
Yeah, you run along, Spence. Have yourself a nice, thick steak.
Don't wait up for me.
Don't worry, I won't. Hey, Spence, where do you catch that bus to Chicago?
There's a bus stop about a block away from here. You're not going after her, are you?
No. No, I'm just gonna stay right here. So, little Nora's in town, huh? And she's right here.
Gavin, what have you got there at the bookshop?
No luck at all, Chief. We went through every nook and cranny of the place. We found nothing. No Jody, no nothing. Just books, books, and more books.
What did the old man say?
Well, he doesn't really seem to know what's going on. I mean, he suggested one possibility, that someone might have used the phone while he was out vaccinating.
That's even vaguely possible?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it sounds weird, but he's an old guy, and he's in the place all by himself. You know, bad hearing, bad eyesight, it's possible.
Tired of hearing that excuse, Calvin.
Yeah, well, I'm not all that fond of it myself, but it's the only one I've got right now.
Where are you calling from now?
A phone booth right across the street from the Saracen Head bookshop. Loomis and Tyler and myself decided we'd stake out the place, at least give the man a chance to close up, you know?
All right, yeah, that's a good idea. Keep me posted. Anything happens.
Okay, I can reach you at this number?
Be here for a while. If I'm not here, call headquarters. They'll know where I am.
Right. Bye-bye.
So long. I guess you heard.
I assume there's no sign of Jody in the place?
I just don't understand it if they traced the call there.
It's possible somebody just used the bookshop phone and then left with her. But this bookshop is figured twice now in the abduction, so we're going to keep our eye on the place.
Is that what Calvin and Damian are doing?
Yeah, and a third man, Loomis. They've got the place staked out.
Oh, I don't know, Derek. It just doesn't sound to me like we've learned anything.
Well, we have. We know Jody is alive and well. We know that from the phone call.
What we don't know is the motive for this kidnapping. There have been no demands made. They haven't asked for money. They haven't asked for anything. It doesn't make any sense.
I know it. That's what frightens me. It's so mysterious.
We know is it has something to do with that portrait.
Yes, you know about Eridu, don't you, Derek?
Well, I know that's how the note was signed, the note that enticed her to the bookshop in the first place.
Yes, but the word Eridu is on the portrait. You can't see it with the naked eye, but it's there. It's right on the cameo. Hello? Oh, hello, Chad. No, we haven't heard anything. No word. We're still waiting. Oh, well, sure. Yes, I think that would be all right. Hold on just a second. It's Chad Sutherland. He wants to know if he can come over.
It's all right with me.
Sure, that would be fine. Come on, we'll be here. Okay, Chad. Bye-bye. Oh, he sounds just as worried as we are.
So will Gavin be when he knows about this.
Anything shaking?
No, everything's quiet. Old man Keys is in there, but I haven't seen a customer yet. Where's Loomis?
Oh, he's making a phone call. I think he had to check in with his wife. I don't think he was prepared to work late duty.
Look, I've got the old man now. Want to take a look?
Yeah. Hey, looks like he's getting ready to leave.
All right, we don't know any more now than we did when we started.
You think it's possible that he was telling the truth, that that phone call could have been made without his knowledge?
Well, you know Keys longer than I have. What do you think?
I don't know. I always thought of him as the friendly neighborhood bookseller, you know? He always seemed to be a pretty harmless old dude to me.
Well, maybe he is. And again, maybe he isn't. Look, he's just going into the back room.
He's probably going to turn out the lights. You know, still, it doesn't seem like he's part of a kidnapping gang. What do you think? What do you think we ought to do when he leaves?
I think one of us ought to follow him.
We're right outside the bookstore, but I don't think it's going to do any good. There's no trace of the girl.
I thought you cops had these guys pinned down. Now, didn't you tell me you had the phone call traced?
We did, right to this bookstore, and all we found was a lot of books.
No wonder this country's in such a mess. You guys give us absolutely no police protection whatsoever. When are you going to shape up?
Don't worry yourself about it, Eddie. We'll catch up with them.
I'm not worried about the kidnappers. I want the girl. Dead.
I told you. I'll do my best to make sure she has that accident.
Do me a favor, huh? Don't do your best. Just do your job, all right? Now, when am I going to hear from you again?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I gotta be careful.
Well, you're being careful. I'm over here starving to death. I've been hanging around this phone for hours. I must have lost 10 pounds here.
All right. I'll try and get back to you in about an hour. Where are you gonna be?
I'm going to be at a restaurant. Here, I'll give you the phone number. It's 555-9000, I think. Yeah, it's a tavern. Sid's Tavern, it's called. All right, call me there. Goodbye.
Bye.
No more excuses for spots.
Spots?
I'll bet Harry unloaded the dishwasher.
Maybe she didn't see the spots.
Maybe.
Those characters turned out to be real duds, huh?
Well, to be polite about it, I couldn't act at all, Sid.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. I feel almost responsible.
Oh, Sid, don't be silly. All you did was put the sign up about the classes.
Yeah, I know, but it only attracted 2 potential students, and neither one of them was any good. Oh, maybe I ought to put it in a different place.
I don't think that'd make any difference, Sid. This town isn't exactly crawling with people who want to pay for acting classes.
Especially when the night school has free classes at the university.
Aha, but they don't have Jim Diedrichson.
Oh. You really know how to make a guy feel good.
I know how to make the guy feel even better. Food. Food?
Ah.
I'll get you food. I won't be long.
Thanks.
Good evening. May I show you to a table?
I think I see someone I know. Thank you. Hello, Jim.
Well, Spencer, how are you?
I'm fine. How's your leg?
Well, it's getting better. It still hurts when I run. All it has left is a little scar in memory of our friend Smiley. I'm sorry, have you met Valerie Bryson?
Valerie? No, I haven't, but I've heard a great deal about you, Miss Bryson. I'm Spencer Varney. I work for Schuyler Whitney.
Oh, yes. Hi, how do you do?
Hi.
Would you like to sit down?
Well, yes, but just for a moment, thank you. I have to admit, I've been rather curious about meeting you, Miss Bryson. You've played quite a role in my life recently.
Oh, I have? How so?
Well, it's quite a long story. Perhaps another time.
Well, what is it you do for Mr. Whitney?
At the moment, you can call me his business manager, but the job really hasn't started yet.
Well, when does it start? When he takes over the estate?
Yes, that process has started now. It's just a matter of a day or two.
And I gather that Mr. Whitney has quite a number of business interests.
Yes, he does.
What kind of things, Spencer? Would he be interested in investing in an acting studio?
Hey, he already has a theater.
Yeah, he's getting his theater back, plus everything else.
Isn't the theater the place where all the trouble started when you people tried to put on a production there?
Yeah, Raven gave us that place, rent-free, and then she took it away, just because Gavin Wiley was in the group.
Which is when the scam was born. That's when you decided to pull that joke on Raven.
There seems to have been a double punchline. Now Raven has lost the theater.
Hey, Jim. Maybe you could get that theater back. I mean, maybe Schuyler wouldn't mind if you all used it.
Let's not get carried away, Val.
Well, it's just sitting there empty. All those empty seats, the empty stage.
Val, that's investment property. I don't think Mr. Whitney's going to hand it over to a bunch of impoverished actors.
You know, Jim, in a way, your impoverished actors are responsible for helping Schuyler get his name back.
That's true. It wouldn't hurt to just talk to him, Jim. I mean...
You wouldn't give me the time of day. The last time I saw him, I had the feeling Mr. Whitney didn't like me very much.
Jim, may I make a suggestion?
Sure, you're the business manager.
I think that the person to talk to Mr. Whitney about this subject is Miss Bryson.
Protein stains. When they're ground in, soaked through, you need more power to cut through. The protein power of New Era Plus. This...
Here you go, kiddo.
Thanks.
Oh, would you like to order now?
No, thank you. I'll order from my own table, please.
Well, you're welcome to join us, Spencer.
Thanks, but I have some business papers to look over.
Well, whatever you want. Glad you came over.
And thank you for the suggestion.
My pleasure.
Right over here, okay?
He's a strange man, isn't he? He's so controlled. Do you think he meant what he said?
Yeah, I think he knows what he's talking about. I also think that he knows more than I do.
What do you mean?
You and Schuyler. I think there's a reason that he thinks you ought to talk to Schuyler about this theatrical stuff.
Jim, you know that I went out with Sky in Switzerland. And that's why he was bothering me when he first came back here, because he thought that I could help him prove his identity.
Is that all?
I'm not sure. And you know, actually, I would rather not talk to him about the theater. Or about anything else, for that matter.
Okay. I'll take care of it myself.
Good evening. Table for one?
Unless you care to join me for dinner, sexy lady.
Well, now, if I did that, how could I take your order and serve your food? How about this?
Yeah, this is fine. I got this little hang-up about sitting in restaurants with my back to the door. A friend of mine told me this was a terrific place.
Oh, well, then he's a friend of mine, too.
See, when I'm out running around with some chippy or, some of the heavyweight guys I work with, we usually wind up in these French fancy restaurants, you know what I mean? And you wait hours for your food, and they're always changing the ashtrays. But when I'm alone, I like to go to places where you get home cooking, family style.
Well, I like to hear that. I do most of the cooking myself. It's just like Mama used to make.
No, you certainly don't look like Mama. I'll tell you what, bring me 2 bottles of beer. Then I'm going to have a shrimp cocktail. I'll have some soup. I want salad with Roquefort. Make me a steak, nice and rare, some potatoes. That ought to do it.
You got it.
By the way, what's your name?
I'm Sid, as in Sid's Tavern.
Holy mackerel, you're the boss here. Well, that's terrific. My name is Eddie.
Hi, Eddie.
Eddie Lorimer. Now, listen, maybe you can do me a favor. One of my business partners may be calling me here later. We got some things to talk about. So if there's a phone call, I'll be right here. Eddie Lorimer, okay?
Yeah, sure. I'll let you know.
Okay. I think I'm gonna like this little chick.
Well, I'm glad to meet you, Chad. I hear you're one of the last people to have seen Jody.
That may be true, but there's no telling how many people saw Jody after she left the studio.
Well, we do know that she went to Sid's place.
Yes, and she saw Cliff Nelson there.
He was her cover.
What do you mean?
Jody promised the Kavanaughs that she wouldn't keep this appointment by herself. She was going to ask her friend Cliff Nelson to go with her.
But he didn't. She went all by herself.
Well, I did get the impression that Jody has a mind of her own.
Chad, what other impressions did you get when you saw her last?
Well, she seemed kind of excited about something, kind of flushed. I didn't mind the extra color in her face since I was painting her portrait.
Yes, the portrait. What about this portrait?
Well, it's a gift from Dwight Endicott to Jody.
Why would the Endicotts be giving her a gift like this?
Well, Dirk, you remember when the original portrait was stolen from the gallery?
Well, Mr. Endicott wanted to make it up to Jody for the inconvenience that she had suffered.
You could also say it was a gift to me, the portrait commission.
All right, then. Why would he want to be giving you a gift like this? Just what are you to Dwight Endicott?
Well, no relation. He's just a good friend of the family. In a way, I guess you could say he's been sort of a surrogate father to me ever since I started going to school in Monticello.
I see.
However, he won't see the finished portrait. Mr. Endicott's left Monticello.
He's what?
When did that happen?
I just heard about it myself, and I was just as surprised as you are.
Did you say he's left for good?
I'm not really sure. Last time I spoke with his daughter, Grace, she told me that her father had left the country for an indefinite period.
I'll get it. Hello? Oh, Gavin, hello.
Hi, Nicole. How are you?
Well, I'm all right. I assume you're still in Cincinnati.
Yeah, and everything's going great here. The play's almost ready to open.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, well, you know, I really can't take credit for it, though, because the previous director did most of the work before I got here. And, boy, he really did a darn good job. Don't ask me why they decided to change horses in midstream. But listen, is Jody there?
Oh, Gavin, no, she isn't.
Well, I kind of figured I'd miss her. I guess she's down at Sid's pretending that she's missing me.
Oh, Gavin, she misses you, believe me. We all do.
Nicole, is everything okay there?
I think he has a right to know. You want me to tell him?
Yes, please do.
Gavin, it's Myles.
Myles, is there anything wrong there?
Yes. Jody is missing. She got a letter from someone asking her to meet him at a bookstore, someone who claimed to have some information about the portrait. Now, we haven't seen her since.
How long ago did this happen?
About 24 hours. But look, she is all right, as far as we know. I mean, we've spoken to her on the phone.
You've spoken to her? So you're trying to tell me that she's being held somewhere?
Gavin, the police have some very good clues. We expect her back very, very soon.
Well, you can expect me back very, very soon. I'm taking the next plane home.
Your idea, some kind of a joke.
Hi. Oh. Oh, hey. Hey, come on. What's the matter, baby? Hey, come on.
Keys is really taking his time. I mean, this guy stops and looks at every single book before he puts it on the shelf.
Well, there's no reason to be suspicious about that, necessarily. Maybe we're just wasting our time here.
Yeah, maybe. That is the only clue we've got.
Hey, guys. What's happening?
Well, zero so far. Old man Keys is down there, but he's just straightening things up and turning out lights.
Yeah. They begin to think that maybe he was telling us the truth about that phone call being made without his knowledge. Hold it. Hold it. I think he's leaving. Yep. He's putting on his jacket.
Now, let me have a look.
Well?
Yeah, he's on his way out. Well, what do we do now?
Well, Calvin and I were thinking that somebody should follow him home. He might take us to some leads.
Hey, yeah, that's a good idea. Why don't you guys tail him, and then I'll stick around here just in case.
I guess it's okay with me. How about you, Calvin?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Sure, why not? Let's go.